Hey Stampers, it's Gator again. And I just spotted a card on Pinterest and I love it. And I love it. But I've changed it up a bit. I've done it my way and I've added different elements. It looks very similar to the lady. I don't even know what the lady did. There was no watermark on there. There was no name on there, and it wasn't linked to any other pictures. When you clicked on it, there was no website to go to, that's what I'm saying. And the lady hadn't, or gentleman, whoever it was, but I fell in love with it and I realised I have that stamp set and I love it. So I'm going to show you. And it's quite shabby chic and vintage as well. And you know me, I'm up for a bit, and I bought these the other day with my prize money. So I thought I'd have a go with my Distress Oxide inks from Ranger, Tim Holtz ones, I think. Oh yeah, there, Tim Holtz. And I'm using this one. It's called Vintage Photo, and it's beautiful. So I'll show you my card first. Is it? I've even done the inside. I'll show you the inside first. Wishing you and your loved ones a joyful Christmas and a happy New Year. Look at that bit of vintage going on there. And then this. Oh my God! Look at that sparkle. Look, I've added dazzling diamonds. I've added these beautiful pearls that the gorgeous Brenda gifted to me. I've added a bow to the top. The person had just a bow there, pretty big one as well. But I had this trim. This was given to me at On Stage last year. I won it as a catalogue prize. And I've then gone over my words with the 2A glue pen and added dazzling diamonds to my Merry Christmas. I think there's said Christmas wishes or something. I don't know, but I just love this. That the fact you tend to find these things out when you're stamping off, and you tend to do it on your work surface, and it's rubbish. Or like somebody said to me, don't waste any of your ink. Stamp it on another card. You may turn it into something beautiful, which is truly right. They didn't like the fact that it was. You know when you stamp off onto a bit of scratch paper, but instead I'm just stamping over and over and over with this, and it's beautiful and I love it. So the new bit for me is the Real Red, which is still current, and so is the Whisper White. So that's the new, I'm still in. The Merry Christmas, where have I put it, is here, and the Real Red's still in. And this is retired, and I've used this beautiful, this one, and this gorgeous one here. Absolutely stunning. Plus, wishing you and your loved ones a joyful Christmas and a Happy New Year for the centre as well. So the first thing I did was, I grabbed my Stampin' Up! Sponge and cut it into 6 pieces, and then held it together with a peg, because I've got enough ink on my fingers. And I'm just going to distress these 2 pieces of card. So I'm not wasting any ink, my darling. I'm just distressing it up. Just going for that shabby chic look. Now this, I don't want to dunk again yet, because I want the lighter on the actual card itself. Looks good to me. And then same with this one. I'm just going to sponge it so it looks old and distressed. Oh, it's just beautiful. Look at that. And it's only a light dusting, but look at that. It looks even better in real life. So now I'm going to take the lid off. And I'm just going to pick up some ink. And I'm just now going to distress the edges on both cards. But see how dark it becomes, and then it goes lighter as it starts to fade off. Dunk again. I love this raggedy look on the ends. I'll tell you what would look nice on the back of that. A very light stamping in the same colour ink, but stamped off a few times. Oh, dare I say that. The sheet music in the background. So the tree stood behind the sheet music. Oh, that'd look beautiful. See, my mind's ticking over all the time about different ideas and different things and techniques we can do together. I do have daubers, but they're all full and I need to get some new ones for my new colours. So I have to send away for another tray with another 40 daubers, because I'd like a few spare ones as well, because I do have other inks from Ulta New as well, which are beautiful. And if you feel it needs touching up anywhere, just drag it over, add a bit more on here maybe, give it a swirl, add a bit more colour down the bottom. Oh, it's entirely up to you. It's beautiful. I'm loving it. So, I did get my fingers dirty, but not that much. And the other one I bought was this one, and it's called Frayed Burlap, and it's beautiful. Oh, shavings. I've got a fresh sponge here. Just grab some. Oh, I'll just use my sponge. And this one is, it looks very similar. Let me show you on the back, and it's not, but it's a beautiful colour. Oh, it just goes to a gorgeous colour. And it's not the same as the front, believe it or not. It's got more of a yellow tone to that one. I've got to find the lid. It just went jump about. So I'd never used these before, and I picked these colours basically just so I could distress my cards. So this is now for my vintage photo, and I will put a label on, and this one is for the Frayed Burlap. But this is going to be the basis to our card. This is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and we're just going to simply fold corner to corner, and we're going to burnish our card now from the centre out. And I like to turn mine over and do it both sides, and it keeps my card nice and flat. There we go. So this one is going to be stamped for the inside. And I think once you've got the red over the top, as with this one, it gives it a vintagey look anyway. So isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous. Right, just bear with me a second. No, I can't feel anything. It felt like it was sticking somewhere. But no, I just love that. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it. So let's get some stamping done. I'm going to fetch in my real red. And I've trimmed off as much of the red rubber as possible. And not only that, when I'm lining it up now, I can basically see, because this fits over there. So I'm going to pull this down to the very bottom. And I can see the lines, so I can basically keep that really straight. Oh, there we go. Wishing you and your loved ones a joyful Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's stamped perfectly. So again with the cloth, I know all this muck on my hands off my cloth. I have to practice, you know. So I can pop these away as we're going along. Perfect. And I free up my blocks then, and now we're going to stamp this beautiful. And again, I've lined this up nice and straight. Making sure it's fully inked. I want to do this now because I want the ink to dry perfectly before I go over with my 2A glue pen, which is my... Oh, can you hear my poor grandson coughing his head off, bless him. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, Gaynor, what have you just done? It won't matter. It won't matter in the slightest. We're going to have Merry Christmas in the inside of our card as well. So, oh, nothing. You can still write top and bottom, and they may think you're just extra special. Only in the world of Gaynor. Oh, bless. It was just... See, I'm super decorating now the inside. And I bet you're all like, no! I didn't quite hear you all this time. So I'm just going to line this up. And I stamped it perfectly straight as well. Let's just hope I can do it right on this one. I'm going to fetch this up now. And yay! Clap for me. Oh, I'm a silly sausage. So I'm just clearing these up as they're going along. I just like to free a bit of desk space up because I do clog it up. I think that is absolutely cute actually. I like that for the inside. I think it's beautiful. And I think we should all make some happy mistakes like that. But I'm going to move it out of the way in case I start stamping something else on it. Which will tend to be the right thing for me. So I've got some scrap here. Another block. I'm going to stamp this upside down because I want to keep it towards the top. So I'm turning my card around. Making sure my little bow is upside down, and I'm going to keep that in the centre as well. So perfect. And I'm just going to stamp this end. Again, I'm going to keep this upside down just to carry it on. And then we're going to do this end as well. Perfect. It's kept that on lovely. Just gorgeous. So I can clean again. I think that is, I like that now. I've done that in this centre. I think that is really, really cute. I love it. I'm going to leave that there so I can get to my stamp set. So don't put it away upside down. And I sussed out how the lady did the bottom bit of this planter is actually this little tree, and she just stamped it up to that point so the spike even goes up, and I think that was ingenious. So I'm going to pop my real red away, and I'm going to fetch back my distress ink just because it's brown and it's on my desk, and I'm just going to stamp all of it except for the peak. And then I'm just going to line this up with the R in the centre of Merry, and it gives me a little planter. Isn't that cute? How fabulous is that? You'd have never thought to use that little Christmas tree as a tree planter, would you? Neither would I, but I was looking at it, and it wasn't until I pulled the stamp set out that I realised what she had used. Or he. But yeah, I do take inspiration from Pinterest sometimes. I love to go on there and have a nose. I like to take 2 or 3 different cards, mingle them together and make something of my own. I love that. And I think that's what a lot of people do. You need to take bits from here, there and everywhere, incorporate it, and then just make it your own. So I need to get back my Old Olive, because I love Old Olive. Out of all the greens, Old Olive and Granny Apple Green seem to be my favourite, but this is more of a vintage green. And I've taken off the excess because you can go a bit over the top and it goes all over the place. Still a little bit, but nothing major. And now I'm going to keep this right under my bow, and I'm just going to stamp, 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 stamp. So I'm not wasting no ink. And again, stamp, 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 stamp. And stamp, 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 stamp. Just keep going down, and that you get that flowing, thick, luscious Christmas tree. So I'm just going, and I'm working my way around the card. And you can have this as full or as less full as you want. And it's acting with that oxide ink, and it's just absolutely beautifully blending it out for me. And I'm just coming in with a few more. And look how bushy that is. Isn't that beautiful? Does it look a little bit lopsided? Yeah, I think that top bow is not in line there. It's in line with that, but it's not in, because I lined that up with the letter R. Maybe I should have just line that up a bit better. So a little bit of a quick tidy up here, watch. Strong. And tap it out. And we're going to have a bow going across there anyway. So, happy mistakes make beautiful cards, I say. And I think this one has no exception. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So, away with my cloth. Now I think that's all the stamping I'm doing. I've cleaned off my stamp. It's going straight back in there. And it doesn't hurt those stamps whatsoever to take them apart like that and get rid of the excess. So, do it as you will, I say. Right, I'm going to grab some ribbon. Unfortunately, I've run out of this one. It's like a little, see the ribbed effect? But I've got some red that's plain and silky. So I'm going to grab some of that. And it's a nice deep red. And I've got quite a fair bit because I'm going to do the bow on my bow maker. And I'm going to wrap this one about 3 times this time, I think. I'm going to keep the length because I want to wrap it around my card as well. So no, I'm going to stick to the 2. 1, 2. Hoop that over. And look at this, you can put that centerpiece anywhere you like. I don't want nothing humongous and thick. And I've got a lovely double bow there, and I just separate those outwards. Just keep them abreast, and those, pull them out a little bit. And then when we go and add this, let me get rid of this paper. When we add this now to our card, it's just going right there, and I can maneuver those bows once they're in place, because I'm going to add a glue dot underneath as well. So I can have a little play with this. Just to keep those out. And then I'm going to adhere that. I'm going to grab my glue dot now actually. I did this last earlier. And I'm just going to roll it in my fingers just to get a little tiny one. And I'm going to pop that on the back of there. And then I'm going to position this right at the top of my tree. And press that down. And while it's in place, look, I can mess around with my tails and that now. Get those opened up. And then I can take this ribbon and just tack it around the back. Got a little bit too long there, but under there. So I'm just going to grab a tiny little bit of fast fuse, as she says. Oh, didn't want to play that time. So, and then I'm just going to level this out. I wished I'd got more of that ribbon, but I don't. And I'm going to try my best to keep that straight. Oh, that's just so dainty and so sweet. So now I'm going to trim off the excess. A little bit long there, but oh, and do you know what I'm going to do with this one? I put that one on flat. I'm going to add some dimensionals to this one. I've got a few left here, and then I have to get some new ones out. A perfect amount. Strip off the back. We'll have this one protruding off our card this time. Oops, they're flying everywhere, sticking to my fingers. So I will need to get a new pack of those down. I'm going to fetch in my card and line this up. great thing about these, they don't stick hard until you press them in. And I'm just going to make sure that's perfectly positioned. So we're nearly done. Oh, this is our fine tip glue. I have my Dazzling Diamonds, and now I'm just basically filling those letters with my Dazzling Diamonds. It's a bit like the glossy accents, and which you could have done. Mine tends to be quite a wide nib, so I'm glad I'm using this one. I'm putting the Dazzling Diamonds. You could do the same with the, what's it called again? Glossy accent, and then rosy glitter on top of that as well. It takes a lot longer to dry. This one will be dry before you know it. Oh, and a terrible noise on there. So I'm doing I'm doing the full amount on the Mary now. And I can see if I've missed it. And I'm even doing these beautiful little blobs here. And I love the fine tip glue for this sort of thing. Maybe I'll do a couple of letters at a time this time. Now I can see how much glue I've got going on. Right, let's get that done. And it just keeps adding more. Oh, look at me, a mucky pup. So, carry on with the M. It looks a bit cloggy actually. Don't start now, you better not clog up on me. I'm just going to reinsert that pin. It does clog up sometimes. I'm just going to give it, that's better. There we go, I'm flowing again. This dries out pretty quickly as well. So let's get a couple more letters done. Oh, looking beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I've got probably get the last 4 in now. Then I can start adding some on my tree. Oh, it's clogging up again. Oh gosh, that's really clogging up quick. Oh, my battery's starting to run low again. There's some, oh, I think it might be the actual bit of glitter itself. It's clogging up the end. It's picking up some of the ink. Oh, it's a demon to get this little pin in here, especially as blind as I am. Oh, there we go. In, out. I have to go, but that's it. It's coming back out now properly. A bit of a bubble there. Right, let's get this on quickly. Oh! I'm just going to make a little quick glass dusting. There's a little bit thick there, so I'm just going to take my finger and round that off. Perfect. Now I'm going to start adding just blobs here, there and everywhere, and I'm doing thin ones. You could take your time doing this, adding bigger blobs, but I'm just, whoops, oh look, oh look, Oh, boo-boo on the back of my card now. It won't matter, I will sort that out. Look, I don't know where that's come from. I will make sure that is completely resolved before I add this card to anything. So a few more dots. My glue is starting to clog up again. I can see it's still coming out. You watch now, I'm going to squeeze a little bit too hard at one point. Loads of it coming out. I think that's all I'm going to add on this one. Look at that. Just gorgeous. And it glistens beautifully. So let's get the lid on my glue if I can. Oh, my eyesight's terrible. There we go. You've got to press it against your finger. There's no getting it in otherwise. Let's clean this up. Pop my lid back on. Oh, I don't know what the hell that is on the back of my card. I will let that dry and I'll use my glue eraser then to take that off. And look at these beautiful pearls. Absolutely stunning. And the gorgeous Brenda gifted me these. So I'm going to start. I had the white at the top, and I'm going to start with the silver. And I'm just going to add 3. And then I'm going to move on to the pink. Whoops. And I'm going to add 3. And I'm moving them outwards. And then I'm coming in with this white. Absolutely beautiful. I've got 3 left on here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, oops, they're clinging together, 3, and I'm going to put this last little silver, which is slightly lighter, and that doesn't want to stay down, so, whoops, pop that back on its paper, and remove this one, and I'm just putting that one there. Oh my goodness, how beautiful is this card? Just absolutely stunning. And we've just got to now glue at the inside. I'm going to use my tape runner for this. And I'm just going to pop this on the inside of my card. And I love that now. I think that is brilliant. I might even add the Merry Christmas to the inside of that one too. But look, see, happy mistakes turn into beautiful cards. Especially if you're a crafter. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. You could perhaps go over and do the same effect like that. Like this. Love them. Love the baubles on the trees. I don't think that lady had baubles on her tree. And I'm going to be removing that. Where's my glue eraser? Well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you give me a thumbs up and a share. That would be amazing. I would love for you to all, if you haven't subscribed already, I'd love for you to subscribe. And then press the little bell straight away, and that way you'll see what I make tomorrow. I do try my best and upload a card every single day. So I hope you enjoyed. Oh, I've smudged it, look. I'm gonna, vintage, it's vintage, it's okay. It's a vintage look. I do hope you enjoy it. I hope you come back tomorrow and see what else I make. And I welcome you to the family. If you're a new subscriber, welcome and come and enjoy the fun. We all have a brilliant time on this channel. So, thanks for watching. Love you all so much. Bye.